The story begins on the vibrant alien planet of Xylaria, a world known for its dazzling colors and strange beauty. The ground is covered in soft, glowing moss that lights up with each step. Giant trees with twisting trunks stretch high into the sky, their leaves shimmering like jewels in the sunlight. However, this breathtaking landscape is overshadowed by the horrors of war. Dark clouds gather overhead as enemy ships fill the sky, casting eerie shadows on the ground below. In the midst of this chaos, we meet Lyra, a small alien girl with luminescent skin that glows softly in shades of blue and green. Her large, expressive eyes are wide with fear as she hides behind a massive tree. The air is thick with tension, and she can hear the distant sounds of explosions and the screams of her people. Panic fills the atmosphere like a heavy fog, and Lyra's heart races as she clutches a small, colorful crystal given to her by her mother. It is her only source of comfort in this terrifying moment. As the ground shakes beneath her feet, Lyra's mother, a brave and beautiful alien, crouches beside her. With tears in her eyes, she whispers urgently, "You must run, Lyra. Don't look back. Find a safe place and stay there." The love and fear in her voice pierce through the chaos. But before Lyra can respond, her mother pushes her away, urging her to escape. The world around them is crumbling, and Lyra's heart breaks as she watches her mother turn to face the oncoming danger. In the confusion, Lyra hesitates, torn between the instinct to flee and the overwhelming desire to stay with her mother. Just then, a loud explosion rocks the ground, and debris flies through the air. She gasps and stumbles backward, her heart pounding. The sky is now filled with enemy ships, dark and menacing, like vultures circling their prey. The soldiers of the Krellian race, tall and fearsome with their sharp features and cold eyes, descend upon her village, capturing anyone in their path. Lyra's breath catches in her throat as she sees her mother struggling against the Krellians. They grab her, pulling her away from the safety of their home. Desperation grips Lyra, and she instinctively takes a step forward, but her mother's voice echoes in her mind, urging her to escape. With tears streaming down her face, she turns and runs into the shadows of the trees, her heart heavy with fear and sorrow. The vibrant landscape of Xylaria, once filled with the sounds of laughter and life, is now a haunting reminder of her lost childhood. The colors around her seem to fade as the war rages on, leaving her feeling more alone than ever. As she races through the underbrush, the sounds of battle grow louder behind her. Blaster fire and the cries of her people fill the air. Lyra knows that she is now all alone, abandoned in a hostile world where danger lurks around every corner. The conflict intensifies as she hears the Krellians mocking her, calling humans pests who will soon face their wrath. They have no idea that Lyra is not human, but to them, she is just another victim. The reality of her situation sinks in as she realizes that she cannot go back. The world she once knew is gone, and all she has now is the hope that someone will come to help her. Lyra's small heart races as she navigates through the trees, tears blurring her vision. The vibrant colors of her planet seem dull and lifeless now, replaced by the fear that grips her tightly. She longs for safety and comfort, but with each step she feels more lost and alone. The landscape, once her playground, now feels like a labyrinth of shadows and danger. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the land, Lyra knows she must keep moving. The sounds of battle fade into the distance, but the fear of being found lingers. She holds the crystal tightly, a glimmer of hope in her hand, reminding her that she is not completely alone. Somewhere out there she dreams of finding help, of someone who will step up to save her from this dark fate. In this moment of despair, Lyra's story begins, a tale of courage and hope against overwhelming odds. The abandonment she feels sets the stage for a journey that will change her life forever. As the sun sets over the war-torn landscape of Xylaria, a team of soldiers from Earth descends from the skies in a sleek, advanced spaceship. Their mission is clear: provide humanitarian aid to any survivors of the ongoing conflict. Among them is Captain Jake, a tall and strong leader with a determined look in his eyes. He is known for his quick thinking and bravery in battle. His team consists of skilled soldiers, each equipped with the latest technology that Earth has to offer. The spaceship lands softly in a hidden clearing, cloaked from enemy sight. As the hatch opens, the soldiers step out, ready for action. They carry advanced weapons, and beside them, AI drones buzz to life, scanning the area for any signs of life. These drones are small but powerful, equipped with cameras and sensors that help detect movement and danger. The soldiers are also accompanied by combat robots, built to assist them in battle, their metallic frames glinting in the fading light. Captain Jake leads his team forward, a sense of urgency in the air. They are aware of the danger surrounding them, but their mission is vital. As they scan the lush but devastated landscape, one of the drones suddenly beeps, detecting a faint life signal. "Captain, we found something!" a soldier exclaims, pointing to the readings on his device. "There's a small life form nearby!" The team springs into action, moving stealthily through the thick underbrush. Just as they are about to reach Lyra's hiding spot, chaos erupts around them. The Krellian forces, mistaking the humans for allies of their enemies, launch an unexpected attack. Blaster fire lights up the night and explosions rock the ground. Captain Jake shouts, "Get down!" as the soldiers take cover behind large rocks and trees, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. The humans are outnumbered, but they fight bravely. Captain Jake activates his cloaking device, making himself invisible as he sneaks through the enemy lines. He moves quickly and quietly, determined to reach Lyra and protect her. Meanwhile, the AI drones soar into the air, firing stun blasts at the approaching Krellians, creating a distraction that allows the soldiers to regroup. As the battle intensifies, the combat robots engage in fierce hand-to-hand combat with the Krellians. Their metallic fists strike with precision, taking down enemies with powerful blows. The drones continue to zip around, providing cover and relaying crucial information to Jake and his team. Amidst the chaos, Captain Jake spots Lyra hiding behind a tree, her luminous skin glowing softly in the darkness. "I see her!" he yells to his team. "We need to get her out of here." He fights his way through the skirmish, dodging blaster fire and maneuvering around the Krellians. His heart races as he gets closer to the frightened alien girl. Just as Jake reaches out to grab her hand, a nearby explosion sends debris flying, and he shields Lyra with his body. "Stay close to me," he urges, his voice firm but gentle. Together, they run towards safety, weaving through the chaos as the battle rages on around them. The visuals of the scene are striking. AI drones darting overhead, robots clashing with Krellians in a flurry of metal and sparks, and Jake using his advanced technology to navigate the battlefield. Each action is filled with tension and excitement, showcasing the humans as underdogs fighting against overwhelming odds. As they escape the immediate danger, Captain Jake glances back at his team, rallying them with a determined shout. "We can't let them take her! Let's move!" The soldiers press forward, hearts pounding, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. In this moment, the bond between Lyra and her human rescuers begins to form, a connection that will prove vital as they navigate the trials of war together. After the fierce battle, Captain Jake and his team manage to get Lyra to safety. They lead her to their temporary base, a hidden camp surrounded by tall trees and equipped with advanced technology. The atmosphere is tense but hopeful as the soldiers catch their breath, grateful to have saved the alien girl from the chaos of war. Inside the camp, Jake kneels down to Lyra's level, looking into her wide, scared eyes. "You're safe now," he reassures her with a warm smile. "We won't let anyone hurt you." He can see the fear lingering in her gaze, and he knows that building her trust is crucial. To ease her anxiety, he begins to share stories from Earth, telling her about the beautiful landscapes, friendly animals, and fun traditions like celebrating holidays with loved ones. As he speaks, Lyra listens intently, her curiosity slowly replacing her fear. She is fascinated by the idea of Earth, a world so different from her own. When Jake shows her his glowing wrist communicator, she gasps in awe. "It's like magic!" she exclaims, reaching out to touch the device. Jake chuckles. "It's just technology. We use it to communicate just like you might use telepathy." In response, Lyra shares flashbacks of her own life on Xylaria. She describes the vibrant colors of her home, the joy of playing with her friends, and the love she felt from her parents. But then her voice trembles as she recounts the day her world turned upside down, the day she lost everything when the Krellians invaded her village. The sadness in her eyes reflects her loneliness, and the soldiers feel her pain. "Lyra, you're not alone anymore," Jake says gently, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We're here for you. We'll protect you and help you find a way to rebuild. The group shares a moment of silence, understanding that they are all connected by their experiences of loss and hope. The camp that once felt like a temporary hiding place now begins to feel like a family. As night falls, they gather around a small fire, sharing laughter and stories, united by their struggles and dreams for a better future. In this new bond, Lyra finds a sense of belonging that she thought was lost forever. She may be an alien girl from a war-torn planet, but with the humans by her side, she begins to feel like she is part of something bigger. A team fighting not just for survival, but for hope and friendship in a universe filled with chaos. As dawn breaks over the alien landscape, the quiet morning is shattered by the thunderous sound of Krellian warships approaching. The soldiers at the human base scramble to their positions, their hearts racing with adrenaline. They know the Krellians are coming for Lyra, and they must fight not just for their lives, but for the safety of the innocent child they have vowed to protect. "Get ready! They're here!" Captain Jake shouts, his voice steady despite the chaos unfolding. The soldiers respond quickly, preparing their weapons and checking their gear. Above them, human ships hover, ready to launch an orbital bombardment. The tension is palpable as everyone braces for impact. Suddenly, the sky erupts in a blinding flash as the Krellian ships descend, raining down laser fire. Explosions rock the ground, sending dirt and debris flying. The humans take cover, firing back with their blasters, their faces set in determination. Lyra watches from a safe corner, her small hands trembling as she sees the fierce battle unfolding. The humans spring into action, executing their battle plan with precision. As the Krellians storm the base, the soldiers engage in close-quarters combat. Jake leads the charge, moving swiftly through the chaos. His heart pounds as he fights off enemy soldiers, each blow a desperate attempt to keep Lyra safe. The sound of blaster fire and the clash of weapons fills the air, creating a symphony of battle. Meanwhile, the AI drones hover above, scanning the battlefield. They provide real-time data, helping the humans to outsmart their enemies. "Watch out! Left flank!" a soldier yells, and the team pivots, anticipating the Krellian advance. With every tactical maneuver, the humans demonstrate their unity and strategy, proving that they can outwit the technologically superior Krellians. In the heat of the battle, individual soldiers shine, each using their unique skills to contribute to the team. Sergeant Mark, skilled in hand-to-hand combat, takes down multiple Krellians with his impressive moves. Lieutenant Sarah expertly coordinates the defense, shouting commands to keep everyone focused. Each soldier fights fiercely, driven by their bond with Lyra and their commitment to protecting her at all costs. As the battle rages on, the humans' perseverance begins to turn the tide. They fight with a fierce determination that surprises the Krellians, who expect an easy victory. The human soldiers work together, covering each other as they advance, using teamwork to gain ground. Just when it seems like the Krellians might overpower them, Jake spots an opening. "We need to push them back." "Follow me!" he shouts. With renewed strength, the soldiers rally around him, charging forward as one. The sight of their unity inspires everyone, including Lyra, who watches with wide eyes, her heart swelling with hope. The climax reaches a fever pitch as the orbital bombardment begins. Human ships unleash powerful blasts from above, targeting Krellian positions and forcing them to retreat. The battlefield erupts in chaos, but the humans stand firm, refusing to back down. As the last Krellian forces begin to withdraw, a wave of relief washes over the humans. They have survived the onslaught, driven by their courage and their desire to protect Lyra. Exhausted but triumphant, the soldiers gather together, sharing exhausted smiles and cheers of victory. In that moment of calm after the storm, Jake turns to Lyra. "You see? We did it together," he says, breathing heavily but grinning. She nods, her eyes shining with admiration and gratitude. They have faced the darkness together, and they have emerged stronger, united by the bonds they forged in the heat of battle. After the fierce battle, the humans stand victorious, but the atmosphere is heavy with loss. The battlefield is littered with remnants of the fight, and the silence that follows the chaos feels deafening. Jake surveys the area, his heart sinking as he realizes the cost of their victory. They have saved Lyra, but they have lost their beloved comrade Bonner. Bonner had been more than just a soldier. He was a friend, a mentor, and a protector. His laughter and kindness had brought light to even the darkest moments. As Jake kneels beside Bonner's lifeless body, sorrow washes over him. The pain of loss strikes deep, not just for himself, but for the entire team. Lyra, watching from a distance, feels a sharp pain in her heart. She may be small, but she understands the weight of loss all too well. As the dust settles, Jake stands, his expression resolute. "We will honor Bonner's sacrifice," he declares, looking around at his team. "We must continue to fight for what he believed in, protecting those who cannot protect themselves." His voice carries strength, igniting a flicker of hope among the weary soldiers. Lyra, inspired by Jake's words, steps forward. She has witnessed the bravery and compassion of these humans, and she knows she must do her part. Closing her eyes, she focuses on her latent powers, an ability she has only begun to understand. A soft glow begins to emanate from her hands, illuminating the faces of the wounded soldiers nearby. The soldiers watch in awe as Lyra reaches out, her energy enveloping them. Wounds begin to heal and strength returns to their bodies. A sense of wonder fills the air as the soldiers realize they are not just survivors. They are part of something greater. In this moment, Lyra embodies the spirit of hope and healing, bridging the gap between her kind and the humans who saved her. Once the healing is complete, Lyra looks up at Jake, her eyes shining with determination. "I want to help," she says, her voice steady. "I want to protect my home and yours." Jake smiles, feeling a swell of pride. Together they can face any challenge. As the sun sets, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Jake and Lyra stand side by side. They gaze up at the stars, twinkling brightly against the dark canvas of space. In that moment, Lyra feels a sense of belonging she never thought possible. She realizes that humanity is not just about survival, but also about compassion, love, and strength against evil. "Look at the stars," Jake says softly, glancing at her. "They remind us that there is always light, even in the darkest times." Lyra nods, feeling a newfound connection not just to Jake, but to the entire human race. They are her allies, her friends, and together they will forge a new path. As the first stars of the night appear, Lyra takes a deep breath, feeling a warmth in her heart. She knows that while the battle is over, their journey has just begun. With humans by her side, she feels ready to face whatever comes next. This is not just a new beginning for her, it is a chance to change the fate of her people. With hope lighting their way, Jake and Lyra stand together, ready to face the future hand in hand. The story of their bond, forged in the fires of battle, will inspire others and show that even in a universe filled with darkness, there will always be light.